Namaste all. Good evening. So, can you hear me? Yeah. So, how is it so far, and how your shopping is going on? Yeah. I. So today actually we are going to discuss about Moda and how you can turn your e-commerce customers into recurring customers. So here we are with Rohit and Ashish. I'm going to welcome them. Namaste, Rohit.
Hello, hi, namaste.
I think. Yeah. So how are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having us on today.
Yeah. Actually, I think your voice is a bit late.
Oriya. Um, how about now? Is it better?
No, actually,
Hello?
yeah. I think that's syncing is missing.
Oh, okay. My internet is fine. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, we can hear you. Your voice is clear, but the thing is like the video is a little bit early than voice.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, I think now it's fine. Maybe it gets better.
okay, sure.
Uh, okay, yeah. I think we already around 11 people joined already.
Hmm.
Yes, I think from Ashish also he will also join or what?
No, no, it's just me today. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, so today let me introduce you to my audience. Namaste all. Today we are going to discuss about Moda. Uh, the lifetime deal is live on pitch ground. Actually, it is about e-commerce. So here we will discuss like how to turn your e-commerce customers into a recurring customer. It's like repeating customers. So today we will discuss that, and if you have any questions regarding Moda or e-commerce, you can just ask Rohit. Rohit is co-founder of Moda, and yes, welcome Rohit and welcome all.
Thank you. Thank you for having us
Yeah,
today.
please take it over. Yeah, yeah. Thank
Sure,
you so
sure.
much.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks you for your time. Yeah, for
No
coming
problem,
here.
no problem. I've been seeing some of your webinars and it's pretty interesting. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. But
Okay,
sometimes,
great,
yeah,
great.
I don't know what is the reason. Yes.
Okay, sure, sure. So yeah, so quick introduction about myself. I'm Rohit. I'm one of the co-founders of Moda. I'm originally from Malaysia and currently based in Singapore. Pretty much, I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life for the past 20 years. Right, started off by building, early days in early 2000s websites and apps, as well as then moving on to building more complex solutions, specifically in the software and data space. And so more recently, about 5 years ago, we started a company called LifeSite. And LifeSite is essentially a company that helps large brands leverage data for ad tech use cases, right? So advertising use cases where we do a lot of insights, targeting, and measurements, and all of that. And so with this product, we essentially learned about big data and how to manage data at scale, and saw how very complex data strategies can help large companies grow very quickly, right? And so we're thinking about what to do next to keep up with the markets. And essentially, what we decided was to build a solution for SMBs, right? So that SMBs and mid markets, essentially smaller companies than the larger enterprises, and essentially give them the same data superpowers that the large guys have, right? And so, data is, of course, as you know, the underlying foundation behind everything that is great about a customer experience or a marketing experience out there today, right? And so, Moda is a purpose built customer data and marketing platform that is currently designed to be an enterprise grade CDP that is going to help smaller businesses grow in a sustainable manner. right? So the word Moda itself, the brand Moda itself, is mode in Latin, right? Which is where our larger mission is to actually be the mode for brands to achieve all of their objectives that the large brands have in the fastest and easiest way possible, right? And so while we're tackling a very yeah, common commodity use case such as email marketing for now, but in longer term in the roadmap, we see a huge future for a very simple, simplistic tool that is changing the way marketing and customer experiences delivered with data, right, in an automated fashion at scale, right? And so this is essentially what I would call like the Figma or Notion of marketing automation of sorts, right, in the future. So the idea is to learn from scratch. We're not e-commerce marketers by trade. We're all designers and software makers, but essentially the idea is to learn over a period of time, right? So I just want to touch on a few challenges that the industry is seeing today, specifically in the e-commerce and direct-to-consumer market, is this explosion of apps that came along with Shopify, right? Explosion of channels as well, right? So plenty of channels that to reach the customers on, and this introduces is a whole bunch of customer touch points that is sitting in different data silos. Um, Across different apps and channels, right? And bringing that all together is something that pretty much large customers do in a very effective manner, right? While smaller brands struggle with just doing the basics, right? And so it's something that we thought we can solve as a challenge, right, in the industry. Second challenge is also around the dominance of ad platforms and marketplaces out there today. So everything from Amazon's to Facebook to Google dominating the e-commerce space with their solutions because they have data, right? And that causes the huge demand for their services is causing the rise in customer acquisition costs, right? And essentially, this becomes a huge issue for smaller brands and the ability to grow sustainably, right? And so it's not about acquisition or retention. It's not a one or the other. It's how to do it together in a balanced way, so that that sustainable growth can happen in a good way, right? And not to mention then technology changes over the past years, iOS issues and all of that. It has severely limited the brands to be able to do what they need to do to get that customer buying, right? Yeah, so just to explain then about a bit about the solution, um, using data as the core of everything, right? And so the idea is to help these brands deploy a very successful retention marketing strategy, or what we call own channel marketing strategy, where the brand can first and foremost get the same data capabilities as the big guys, right? And then with this real-time data access, they can action that across the customer journey in a more effective and automated fashion, right? And so that data capabilities then is meant to be turned into these personalized and automated and omni-channel marketing messages that will essentially uh, deliver a better customer experience and better conversion and stuff like that, right? Of course, don't forget, we can't forget about the basics of brand sales or retail sales. Is you got to have a good branding strategy, and you got to have a very fast website and all of that, right? But the essence is you have to do more data collection, and you have to use that data to your benefit, and try to drive the customer through their journey, whether it is the first touch point, them discovering the brand, right up to the point of when they become a loyal customer, right? So yeah, so with that, I would like to jump into the product demo. Let me just find the share button. Okay,
Yes,
here we
please.
go. Share screen, right? Okay, good.
And yes, actually,
Awesome.
Sagnik from your team is also here.
Yep.
So shall
No
we
worries.
like?
They're all just monitoring. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
monitoring the chats if they're for any questions or something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so here we are at the in our dashboard, right? So this is the Moda platform. The Moda is made up of what we call three pillars, right? As I was mentioning to you earlier, the most important part is to bring the data together with the data layer that we have here. And this is done through what we call no-code integrations, right? So being able to just click on Shopify, enter your login and password, and then just giving Moda access to your Shopify data, as well as then to other apps as well, right? And then bring that into what we call building a single unified customer profile. So this is like the base pillar, right, which is data. Then you have, with the data that you have, you deliver experiences, right? We aim to open up more channels and more capabilities like forms and all of that. But essentially, we're starting with campaigns and flows, and it's all templatized as well, right? And finally, once you deliver the experiences, you want to now start measuring everything, right? Measuring your performance of your email, measuring the performance of your automations, and all of that, right? And over a period of time, this module we aim to be the single analytics tool that you would use, which also measures like paid attribution and stuff like that as well, right? So the user starts by integrating their store, which is currently we support Shopify, which you can install our Shopify official Shopify app, right, to get started. And then the idea is to also allow brands who are using other apps, right, whether it might be marketing tools or shipping platforms or loyalty reviews apps, advertising channels, support subscriptions, and all of that, bringing that make creating those integrations, setting those integrations up so that you have all of that data streamed in real time into a single customer profile, right? So just ignore the anonymized IDs because it's a demo platform, but otherwise you'd see your real customer data here. And essentially, with the profiles in place, what a brand would want to do is set up the first and foremost, as soon as they've done their data setup, they want to build segments, right? So segments, customer segmentation is the crux of everything related to marketing, right? The ability to reach the right type of customer or the right customer with the right message or campaign is done through segmentation. And we have about 20 pre-built segments in the various RFM stages, right? Or segments, something like hibernating champions or maybe at-risk champions, maybe repeat customers. So we automatically segment these customers into these specific segments. And if you wanted to build a custom segment, you can also do that very quickly using our no-code builder. A brand might want to, let's say, reach anyone who's placed more than 2 orders in the last 30 days. You can literally just type something like placed an order, has occurred more than 2 times when in the last 30 days. And in less than a few seconds, you executed a very complex query on the entire wealth of data that you have, wealth of behavioral data that you have, right? And so if you look at some of the events that we track across the e-commerce ecosystem, everything from marketing data, and as you add more integrations, there'll be more data appearing here, right? And so with that, you can build very quick and easy segments that you can then use for targeting, right? Once you have your data uh, set up, right, which is predominantly building out your segments, what you want to do is start sending either campaigns or flows, right? And campaigns are one-time broadcast campaigns that are omni-channel as well. Currently, we support email and SMS, but we will be supporting WhatsApp and Messenger and stuff like that soon. These are predominantly event-based campaigns, right? So as you can see, it was like BFCM, which it just finished, I guess. This would be like a blast. I'm sure you received like 100 emails from all your favorite brands out there. And so these are discounts, time-limited discounts that you would execute, right? And then you have flows, which are essentially automations that are set up, and it's going to execute those marketing messages based on certain customer behaviors, right? across all data sets, right? Not just your shopper, your store data set, right? And so to set up a campaign, it's pretty straightforward. We have a simple three-step flow. You create a campaign type, and let's say I'm the brand that is trying to re-engage my lost customers, right? I would select that segment that I want to target, and I can see I have 200 folks in this email. And then I would pick a template that I've pre-designed earlier, ideally, right? So before you set up your campaigns and flows, you want to have a strategy. And along with that strategy comes the creative strategy or the content strategy, right? And so you want to be able to have loaded your templates ahead of time, right? And you would then pick the template, which you can then preload into a very simple email editor, right? And so this is like the email you would be sending, and we have made it very simple to load in, let's say, product data, right? And you can just click and drag that in. You can then click the element and perhaps select the different products that you want to add to the email, right? And with that, you can then edit your product listing, right? You
Layout.
can add titles and descriptions and price and so on and so forth, right? So pretty intuitive, very easy to use, data powered stuff, right? So if you integrated, let's say, your reviews data, you can click and drag your reviews data for social proof on the email as well, right? And so with that, you would be able to just publish that email, and that would go off to uh, your lost customer segment instantly, right? And so finally, the part of the experiences is flows, which is this is the main selling point of the platform, because what you want to do is nurture your customer through the journey in automated fashion, right? So what we have here is templates of different automations that bring the user through the journey, everything from a welcome subscriber to a post-purchase upsell to abandoned checkout and so on and so forth, right? So there's all these different goals that you can achieve, or maybe even different products and different journeys that you want to introduce, and you can actually push that out there, right? And so otherwise, you can also build your own, right? You can say, I want to build a flow for someone who has abandoned my checkout process. You would pick a event from the list here. So anyone who's abandoned the checkout would fall into this flow or enter the flow. There are some additional configurations that you can do here to control how many times people come into the flow. Then you would set up, let's say, a delay, right? You want to say, okay, wait for an hour before you would send out this this SMS, and then you just click add again, and you would then send the SMS, right? So then you just select from the templates uh, of the of your SMS templates that you've designed ahead of time, and you would then say, okay, I want to use this SMS template, my abandoned cart template, which then says something about hey, you forgot your checkout earlier, right? And so just like that, in a few minutes, you can publish a flow that does a pretty complex operation of tracking the data, that event that has happened, and then delivering a message to the end user in a very straightforward and automated manner, right? Yeah, so with that, we have our templates library here. You can go through emails, SMS, forms, and flows here. Um, and then finally, the analytics piece, which currently our basic analytics is shown here, but we have advanced analytics, which essentially allows users to see a lot of data from other platforms as well as their own marketing channel attribution, which shows essentially covering performance across the board, right? Not just your current store performance, right? And so some charts here that can tell the health of your business as well as the growth of your customers and their lifetime value. We'll have product analytics as well. You know, what are they buying? What aisles are they buying during that same journey, and so on and so forth. Right. So the analytics piece is going to be something that we will introduce over time in our platform. Right. So at any time, if you have any questions or queries or would like to give us some feedback, we have a simple support tab here that allows you to reach out to Shagnik, our head of customer success, and also then book an onboarding call if you want to chat with us and learn more about the platform and how to set up how to set up your account correctly, as well as if you have any feedback or you want to report a bug. You can also look at our knowledge base, which is inside here as well, where if you wanted to read more about how to, let's say, configure your email domain on Moda, which is where your email will be customized. We have a simple guide that you can access and read more about here, right? And so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's take some questions now.
Yeah, we already have a lot of questions here.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
uh,
Let me
I
stop
picked up some
sharing.
already. So okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's yeah
How do I
move here.
stop sharing?
This is fine, right? Or you want to share the
No, I just
screen?
want. No, how do I stop sharing my screen? Do I need to? No.
Yeah, actually, I took it out of the that
Okay,
stream.
there it is. Yeah.
It's,
There. All right,
yeah,
there we go.
yeah. We have got these questions already. It's
Mhm.
like, is there integration with Google Shopping and Facebook Shop, social
Not
shop?
as of now. Our first phase of integration with Google and Facebook is our custom audience as well as TikTok, where we'll be enabling users to push the segments that we showed you earlier, the segments directly synced to these ad platforms, where you can do a variety of retargeting campaigns and stuff like that. Um, what you're speaking about is a little bit more deeper, where you start integrating the product catalog along with that. It is in the
Yes.
roadmap, but it's in probably sometime in Q2 or Q3 next year. Yeah.
Okay. And yes, first SMS tool for e-commerce.
Is that a question?
And we have
Oh,
this question.
okay.
Actually, I have
Mhm,
same question. Yes,
mhm.
it's like, uh, is there any integration with WooCommerce? Whether it is on roadmap or is it ready?
Yeah, no, it's not ready yet. There is the next integration or the next store platform that we're going to be integrating is WooCommerce, and it is
Okay.
currently being developed, and we're looking at a mid Q1 release for that, ideally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have follow-up questions. Like,
Mhm.
what about other new platforms or plugins being introduced? Just like recently, Sure Crafted, that is Brainstorm Force and WP Crafter, Baby product, Sure Cart is introduced.
Mhm.
It replaces WooCommerce entirely on WordPress. So
Okay.
it's a standalone plugin for e-commerce. So
Mhm.
like that, we have Studio Cart and some other like a Pabbly subscription billing system, and
Mhm.
then Dukan, uh,
Yes,
one of the good alternative for Shopify, especially that
absolutely.
is from India. So a lot of people
Yeah.
are using. So is there any roadmap for all these e-commerce systems? And I have this question also. As you said, like regarding Amazon and Flipkart, eBay, something like that, platforms
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
multi-vendor platforms. Is there any direct integration with them so that I can import the customers and build a brand uh, among my audience? Like, see, I got sales from Amazon,
Mhm.
but still I get the information from there. Then I want to create my own brand so that I can sell those things on my own channel, like maybe Shopify, maybe
Mhm.
WooCommerce, maybe on mobile app Dukan, something like that. So
Yeah.
is there any plan roadmap for this?
Yes, so that's like two answers there. One is where
Yes,
we are currently tackling the world's biggest platforms first, right? Obviously, Shopify is that,
exactly.
and so on and so forth. And so we'll go down the list like BigCommerce, Squarespace or PrestaShop or Webflow, whatever it might be. And there are too many of the smaller players who have very solid platforms and a lot faster than Shopify in some cases, and much better experiences. But what we'll do for that is we'll release custom tracking capabilities, right? We won't necessarily build a custom made connector or integration for those platforms, but we'll build a universal connector that can read any of their events um, using JavaScript essentially, right? So it will be a JavaScript based
Okay.
snippet that would have to be added. So it's not really a no code integration, right? And to answer your second question, which is essentially an integration to other sales channels, right? So we will introduce the ability to pull data from Seller Central and some of the other platforms, but that would be purely for analytics purposes, right? You can't really take action on
Yes.
that data because they don't give you the data, right? And so,
Okay.
yeah, you can't. They don't. If they give you their email addresses, then they would be out of the
Yes.
business, right? So yeah, so but for analytics, yes, the ability to really see how is your omni-channel sales going across multiple channels, as well as then um, which one is working better, and with the ability to then um, I don't know, perhaps craft certain things for different channels and stuff like that. Yeah. Another thing is also integrations to OMS systems where you have your inventory based management in a single location for multiple sales channels, and so the ability to know when your stock is at the right level before you and it's replenished, the ability to automate that to the end customer and inform them of stock arrival and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And this is regarding like different. I think he rephrased it again like this.
Hmm.
Like if we are selling several categories of products within one single store,
Yeah.
so how to manage tags and segments?
Yeah. So uh, obviously, categories are just another like collection of products, right? So we, based on your Shopify structure, your product structure, we're already tracking all of that data, right? So if you but you want to build a segment for someone who, let's say, has purchased a men's shirt or a baby's product, you can actually use all of that product data within our audience segment builder as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is regarding WhatsApp integration, WhatsApp
Hmm. Hmm.
Cloud API from FB.
Yes. So, yeah, we are we are currently working on integrating to the cloud API. And so, yes, it would be the full process of like how Wati does it. Yeah. You have to get verified. Your templates have to be verified and all of that process. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, actually, I think this is more about because as of now you have focused on email and SMS.
Yes.
So I think Indrapreet is asking about WhatsApp. So
Yes.
whether we need to get something like Wati, otherwise whether are you going to work with
Oh, right, right.
WhatsApp Cloud API directly
No,
or
no, we are
360
going
dialog
to
something like
integrate.
that?
We are integrating WhatsApp Cloud API as a channel, and
Okay,
users of Moda will be able to leverage WhatsApp on our platform. Initially, it'll come in phases. First, it'll come in as a broadcast capability, where you're only sending one-way messages. Then the second phase is where we're going to open up a conversation inbox, a shared inbox for multiple channels, right? So SMS or WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, all into a single
email.
location,
Yes,
and that's when the two-way messages start, right? And within that,
yes,
there would be chat bots and stuff like that. Yeah, so that is part of the roadmap. We can share our
yeah.
roadmap with you
That's
too, so you
good to
can
know.
see the progression of the product. Yeah.
Yeah. Discount coupon as autoresponder for customer message reply.
So yeah, this, I'm assuming you're talking about the future version of our conversations module. Yes, that would be any data point that is being collected, such as reviews or discount coupons or any of those, can actually go into a message with merge tags or in a drag and drop function. So yes, it can be automated easily with our when we have our inbox capability. Yeah.
Yeah, all plans are for one site. So can you add a plan for agencies with the limits shared for 10 sites?
Yes. So currently for Pitch Ground itself, the product, as you know, is heavily discounted, and so we're working on figuring out the model of a lifetime deal because we're giving such large quotas, because it's a lifetime deal, right? So what we will introduce for agencies is in the near future is a very much discounted plan on our existing plans that we will then open up when we have a partner program launching actually first thing in January, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So at this point,
Yeah. Okay.
we won't be able to add that plan. What we recommend to agencies today is to just simply buy additional single plans, and then you can invite yourself into the other workspace, and then you can access all of the different plans within a single workspace, right? Within a single account. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. To manage all
To
those
manage all
clients.
from one UI. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And there is some feature to generate automatic customer phone call with pre-record message.
No, actually, no. This we're not supporting any
This is
phone
going.
call
Yeah.
as a channel is not there at the moment. Everything is through
Yeah.
messaging. Yeah.
Yeah. A/B
Yes.
testing.
Yes.
I didn't
So of
understand
course,
quite
AB.
exactly. Like at which point?
Yes. So that would be a Q1 release. We are planning a universal A/B testing capability through our campaigns, flows, and across all channels. Right. So you can
Okay.
test any
Okay.
omni-channel message. You can test any email, and then automatically set a winner for messages that are working, right? So it's currently being developed, and yeah, we will be uh, launching that. Yeah. So essentially, it works similar to any other A/B testing thing.
Okay.
You design two different emails. You can change the subject line for each. You can decide to deliver 10% to A variation A, 10% to variation B, and then the winner would be delivered the rest of the
80%
80%.
of.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Will SMS integrate with Twilio?
Yes, we are powered by Twilio. So whatever SMS you're using in the platform, our emails are powered by SendGrid, and our SMS is powered by Twilio. And so, yeah, we're contributing a lot of money to Twilio, but essentially, we wanted the best of the deliverability across the platform, and so we don't have an integration with Twilio as yet. We will be building that in, but our underlying foundation of sending SMSs is through Twilio. So if you are a brand, you what you would need to do is verify your business details to get a dedicated toll-free number, which you can then send out SMSs from any template or message that you want. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think WooCommerce integration, as
Yes,
we
that's a
discussed
key
already.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is Ashish maybe replied.
Hmm.
So putting WhatsApp will work. Okay. Yeah. Fine. And yes, same. Okay. Yeah. This is also WooCommerce. Venkatesh asked the same, and he told I think he got the answer.
A lot of WooCommerce users.
Yes, exactly. That's why
Yeah.
we asked.
How do we differentiate with
Yeah.
Klaviyo? Yeah, that's a good
Clavio.
question.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, the one approach that we took, we didn't take we're not a ESP first, right? We're not an email service provider first. We're a customer data platform first, and so our underlying technology is very much focused on enabling the data layer for any brand. And so with that comes a lot more capabilities to build on top of, which are essentially what I mentioned earlier, universal automations for everything related to the business, right? So not just marketing experiences, which is what we're starting with, but also to be able to deliver any automation for any experience across any channel, right? And so we are looking at simplifying it as much as possible for the customer, where we have everything in a template format and all of that. But yeah, that's one of the things. Another thing we're also going to do is introduce a lot of AI based content creation. I'm sure you have seen generative AI solutions out there where your people are making photos and art of themselves. We intend to enable AI-based email template generation and journey-based automation, right? Where using the wealth of data that is generated by the platform, we can actually decide which paths to take and what content to show, and enable optimizations, automated optimizations in that way, right? So a lot of interesting things happening under the hood, but yeah, that's going to be some of our differentiators. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. SMS available in India or
Yes, however, the number is sent to Twilio, so Twilio only supports US numbers sending to India. They don't have Indian numbers themselves, and so you will be charged a certain number of credits to send to India. So yeah, so typically I think predominantly the SMS solution is designed for US customers at the moment, but we will have additional integrations to local SMS providers in the near future, sometime in Q2, where we would enable SMS sending for a much cheaper rate. Yeah.
so we can bring our own API also in that case.
Yes. Yes. You can
Like because
integrate
there
your own
are
SMS account and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, that's good to know.
Mhm.
And ship station integration.
Yeah. So as you know, 3PL, right, or third party logistics is a big thing. Something like ShipRocket. I'm sure everyone's got an SMS if you have received a delivery in India. These are brands working with fulfillment companies that are essentially able to deliver your products for you in a very trackable way, right? So apart from major logistics folks like Amazon and all who have their own network and systems, these are third-party guys who are actually delivering based on their own platform, right? So the ability for those platforms to integrate to us enables Moda brand owners to the brand owners who use Moda to be able to notify the customers of delays in shipment, or when their shipment leaves the warehouse, or when their shipment is
Yeah.
about to arrive, and all of these very interesting customer experience messages that could actually increase the customer happiness and experience, right? And so ShipStation is one of those solutions similar to ShipRocket in the US. Yeah.
Razor Pay integration.
No, at the moment we're not integrating to any payments platform. We are predominantly integrating to all the apps that are on the network that help in the marketing and experience space, right? So payments is just a thing on the side that is done through the orders. We are receiving the orders, right? And we would know that we would have it is paid by Razorpay, but we're not actually integrating to Razorpay. Yeah. Pably
Yeah.
is like Zapier, right? Like Zapier.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. We are integrating Zapier, but in case someone wants to integrate like other apps to the platform, but we haven't actually explored Pably as of now. But it would be something that we would explore if it has enough demand. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, a lot of LTD users
Hmm.
use Pably Connect for integrations. So
Okay.
this is popular demand for any platform among us.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood.
Yeah, and I think this what are the just which are ready. These can be checked on the deal page and roadmap also. But
Mhm.
if you can, just please brief us.
Yeah, so as whatever I demoed earlier is ready, and essentially
Okay.
what we are really focusing on over the next month is releasing our forms module. So the forms is the missing final touch, which is essentially going to be the ability to collect that initial data and consent, right? So one of the biggest jobs of a CDP is to be able to collect consented user information, which is PII information, like emails and mobile numbers, and to then channel that through to the platform for messaging and all of that, right? So our forms module will be pretty much like a email builder essentially, where you can display very creative messages as soon as someone lands on your Shopify website, to be able to then collect that data and deliver that data for use, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and this regarding ship rocket,
Mm-hmm.
like if you can set up own message and email like SMTP,
Mm-hmm.
then I think for better analysis something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, they have their own emails and all of that. What we are proposing is to have a unified emailing, like a central place, right? Instead of receiving a ShipRocket branded email, you receive the branded email from Moda's platform based on the ShipRocket event that has arrived and trigger that email, right? And so that would be something that we would support. But of course, if you want to choose to use ShipRocket's email, it's fine. But yes, the data would flow through. One of the biggest things we're trying to do is collect any, how many orders were delayed, how many orders were, on time, or whatever else that you might want to know from your logistics partner. We can collect all of that data and display that. Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And can we segment customers like brands?
What is that?
It's
I'm not sure I caught that.
I think based upon the brands people buy. It's like I'm
Mm.
selling laptops like HP, Lenovo,
Yes.
Apple.
Yes. So
So maybe I think so. But yeah,
we can actually segment users based on the previous products that they've purchased. Yes. Or the brand, if the brand is in your products information, then you can segment users with the brand as well. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Delay component enhancement.
Yes. So the delay component currently is only supporting fixed delay, meaning that either it's 1 hour or 20 days or whatever that might be. So that is just one type of delay. The other type of delay is essentially a delay to continue the flow after a certain period of time. Let's say after on the next weekend on a Saturday, send the message, for example, right? Or delay to a specific weekday, right? At 9 a.m. on Monday, deliver the message. So it's actually delayed till a time window or a specific time, right? So yeah, that's the that's the meaning of the enhancement. Yeah.
How do you segment customers? I think
We
a
went through
lot of
that.
questions
Yeah.
about segmentation. Yeah,
Yes, yes. So a lot of events, all of the events that are happening across the store, as well as through all the different integrations, are being collected and stored in a dedicated data warehouse in real time, right? And so you have access to slice and dice this data and build any kind of customer segment that you want based on the rules that I showed earlier. You can just click and drag and search for any kind of event, right? And then you can generate the segment from that. What happens after that is anytime someone fulfills that condition, they're going to enter that segment, or someone does not fulfill the condition, they're going to exit the segment.
okay. Yeah, and this is uh, broadcast analytics. I think so. It's like what is the right time to send messages to customers?
Does it provide the right time for customers to get the message? I think you're referring to the segments, or no? Not the segments.
No, I think this is see in social media we use
Mm.
these time,
Mhm.
at this time the engagement will be more something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Yes. Yeah.
if you can get
So
some
right now it's
analysis,
up to
something.
the marketer or the person sending the messages. But what
Yeah,
we are building as part of our roadmap is our AI-based Smart Send, which actually learns from the customer's behavior on when they open their email, when they click on an SMS, or when they interact with the message. We essentially are going to then know to send that message specifically to that customer at that time, right? And then we also have some general timings, which essentially like uses the best practice of the industry to send on a specific time, like a weekend or a Monday or so on and so forth. Yeah.
yeah, actually, yeah. That's
Mhm.
good. So it's like you are going to depend upon AI to bring out those analytics and analyze, and you will
Mhm.
suggest the marketer to use those timelines.
Yes, yes. So there are several phases to it. One is building the basic version, which is essentially the ability for them to control their own thing. Next is to let the data power that decision, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
And this is
customize
another
the template?
question, like
Yes, we can customize the
templates.
templates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recharge integration.
Recharge
Yes,
integration means it.
it will be prepared. Yeah, I mean, we are integrating with Recharge, where you can actually drag and drop, subscription packages into your emails, or maybe trigger specific emails when someone buys a subscription, and so on and so forth. Right. So any event that we get from Recharge that is open for developers, you can take action on. Yeah.
Okay. I think pipeline for abundant cart.
Yes, we collect abandoned cart events with our SDK that is installed in the Shopify app. And so when someone adds something to a cart and then abandons it, and not abandon checkout, which is the next phase after abandoned cart, we are allowing you to reach that customer based on that. Yeah.
Yeah, multiple reminders
Yes,
for.
absolutely. So that's where the flows come into play. So we can build a tutorial on this specifically for having a flow based on when someone abandons the cart, and then you send them the first email, and then you wait for a delay, and then you send them the next email. So it remind them over a period of a week or two, for example. Yeah.
Uh, as soon as pop-up is possible, can we set triggers in pop-up that triggers when customer try to leave?
Yes, absolutely. So form is triggered currently using three core things. When somebody is on a page for a certain period of time, when somebody scrolls to a specific percentage of the page, as well as then when someone has an exit intent, which is moving the mouse outside of the browser, we can set the trigger to trigger the pop-up. Yes.
And yeah,
Yes.
just
Currently
like
only for
the
Shopify.
other
Yeah.
question I have asked, like
Mhm. Yeah.
like can we have other platforms integrated with this?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we're going after the biggest platforms first so that we capture the biggest markets first. And then after that, we will decide on smaller platforms. Yeah. Yes, our
GDPR
platform
compliant.
is GDPR compliant. Yes. So it all boils down to the brand as well, managing their consent on their end. And once that consent is brought into our platform, we manage it down the stream, right? So if the person doesn't give consent for, let's say, to run ads, that consent flows through into our segment builder, flows through into our, let's say, Facebook custom audience, and it will suppress that user from being sent to Facebook, for example, right? And so same thing for opt-outs and all of that, right? And so if you want to then delete data or export data and all, we have those controls as well. Yeah.
Yeah, integrately. This is like JPR, another
Yeah.
solution. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We're familiar with it.
there
Yeah.
is some demand. Yeah, and Dukan, and as we discussed again,
Mhm.
these quick cart sell done. There are a lot of other SaaS e-commerce platforms coming up.
Yeah.
So these are like other demands, like
Absolutely.
to work with them.
Yeah.
And this is about webhooks.
Yes, it's in the roadmap.
So is there any
Yeah, so we have our APIs and webhook plans. Webhooks will be predominantly to trigger flows from external data sources, as well as then to ingest data into the warehouse. We have plans to build this. Yeah, not at the moment. It will be in Q1. Yeah.
okay? Said birthday anniversary message. Yeah, okay. I think
Yes,
yeah.
this is possible. Yeah.
And custom SMTP.
Right now, we don't support it, but there is plans to support it in the near future. Yeah, not sure exactly when though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mobile app to see analytics on mobile
Yes, this has been a popular question. Sorry, a
demand.
popular ask, the one. Yes, you won't be able to do everything in Moda with the mobile app, but definitely for analysis and for also for notifications on specific things, right? As well as then when we have our shared inbox, we will have a section for agents to also have their inbox in the mobile app. So yes, there is plans to do the mobile app, and that looks like sometime end of next year. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I think these are the questions as of now you have got.
awesome,
And yes, you answered everything with a lot of
great, great.
patience.
That's very great. Yeah, nice.
And this question, like, will it integrate Shopify apps also? I think other apps.
Yeah, so as I showed, we have the main store platforms, and then you have the other Shopify apps, right? So similarly to Shopify, we want to pick the most popular Shopify apps to integrate with. So you're talking about the largest ones out there, all the other unicorns that are also running apps, and then we'll work our way down through like the top most, perhaps about 50 top apps in Shopify. We're going for that over the next year. Yeah.
Okay, it's like going upon the demand,
Yes, yes.
large user
So
base.
we
Yes.
see
Okay.
customer feedback, so feel free to give us more feedback. It's almost like an upward type of thing, right? So if we have a lot of demand for, let's say, a specific type of subscription app, then we would do that first before others, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. You're
So I
welcome.
think these are
Yeah.
the questions as of now. Yeah, maybe. So is there any thing you want to announce, like something coming up very soon? You don't even announce anywhere yet. Something like
Yes.
it's something on roadmap and any working on the funding news, otherwise team expansion,
Mhm.
anything, some inside news. And yes, actually, can you please just brief about like when this all got started and who are in your team, how many teams and how
Mhm.
many people are working and what are the locations? Just brief about the company and your team.
Sure, sure. So, as I mentioned, these are started by the founders of LifeSite. So, we have invested ourselves into the company, as well as then some angel investors as well. And so, we've raised 10 million US dollar seed round. And essentially, we knew that this is going to be a long game and a very competitive game as well. So we decided that we'd have a strong foundation and built an amazing team here in Bangalore, along with our LifeSite team in our headquarters in HSR layout. And so we are about, I think, 30 strong now, and predominantly made up of very good engineers and marketers, right? This is a marketing game, so we're really trying to strengthen the capabilities of the product, as well as then the ability to get the word out in an effective manner. And of course, you guys are some of the earliest folks to help us get there, right? So yeah, our deal is on PitchGround. You can go and grab it. It's I think a very very good deal. Very very competitive for the technology that you're getting. But of course, over after that as well, we are giving a 20% discount for all our existing plans for any PitchGround user that is migrating to a higher tier, for example, right? And so yeah, it's a very exciting roadmap
Yeah. So
coming
that
up, and yeah, right.
so that will be lifetime discount. Like once we lock up,
No.
then yeah,
No, once you once
first time
you go
purchase.
beyond once you go beyond your profile count, you can either purchase a higher pitch ground plan, or you can subscribe to our plan, which is discounted, but that's not a lifetime deal. Yeah.
No, not lifetime deal. I'm asking about lifetime
Uh-huh.
discount,
Lifetime
like
discount,
20%
yes.
discount on.
Yes, 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 yes. That
Okay,
is
yeah.
a
Thank you so
lifetime
much.
discount.
Yes,
Yes, correct. Correct.
yes. It's like yeah, grandfather discount something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Cool,
and we have
cool.
this question regarding main office and server hosted.
The server is on Google
As
Cloud.
you answered,
Yeah, that's in US, and our main office is in Singapore. But yeah, our
and
main tech
office is
center
in
is in
HSR, right?
Bangalore in HSL. Yeah,
Yeah, Silicon Valley,
yeah,
Indian Silicon Valley.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I was there in Bangalore. Actually, I used to work for Oracle as a fixed queue financial consultant.
Right, right.
So I work on corporate loans, those and all. So I was there in Bangalore for around 8 or 9 years.
Hmm.
And yes, I know HSR very well. I think we will meet soon,
Awesome,
hopefully.
awesome. Looking forward to
Yeah,
hosting you in
and
our
actually,
office. Yeah,
sure, sure. Yeah, I will. Yeah, try to visit your office also. And yes, actually, I'm just 250 kilometers away from Bangalore.
awesome,
So I
awesome.
think it's like 4 or 5 hours drive max. Yeah, see you
Okay.
soon. Yeah, thanks a lot for your time. And yeah, Ashish was doing very well by answering questions immediately, actually.
Yes, yes.
uh, and then
Great.
yeah, Sagnik is there. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining us again. And
Okay.
I will regarding the giveaway. Uh,
Hmm.
as we announced those two plans, uh, I will just share the details. Like whoever gave us some good questions, then
Yes.
yes, you can decide upon that. Yes, and we will
Awesome,
announce in
awesome.
the group
Yes,
by tomorrow.
our Ashish will be taking care of that from our side, and so yeah,
Yeah,
once he sends that through, then we can get in contact and give away the product. Yeah,
yeah, sure. And we have
awesome.
this question at the last moment, like abuse of the system, like
Oh,
maybe
in what context? Um,
maybe like do you have any terms and conditions like these particular brands or categories should be used? And another one is like fair usage policy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Of course, we have
in
some
some
controls. Yeah. So
yes,
for starters, we're only allowing data to be pulled directly from Shopify, right? And so we don't allow uploading of any like random cold email type of email addresses and anything that could be used to, abuse it, right? And
yes,
so, yeah, it has to be consented emails only. Our system will
yes.
automatically not send if the emails are not consented explicitly, for example, right? And so, yeah, so that's some of the controls we have in place.
Yeah, that's good to know. And
Okay.
yes, filter words.
Filter words and all, no, not at the moment. We rely on the brand to take care of all of that. So yeah,
Okay, so it's like brand's headache. So they need to take
yeah,
care of that first.
yeah, yeah.
Then, yeah, I think so. If somebody, what happens if somebody reports on that particular brand? Like I'm getting some spammy words.
Their domain authority will go down, and then they will end up not getting better deliverability, right? So the idea is
Yes,
to
that's what.
help them pretty much not achieve better than that, right? So yeah. But if
No,
at
I'm just
any
asking.
time
Like, so what
anyone
action
needs help, we have a help capability, right? So we
section?
do we can review your emails for you, we can review your flows for you, and also help you set it up if needed, right? So yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know. No, but actually,
Yeah.
so from your perspective, you need to take action, right? Otherwise,
Hmm.
your system is going to abused.
Yes,
So it's
yes. That's
like
why we're on
are you going to
SendGrid.
ban that
So
store uh, brands?
yes,
Otherwise,
we
are you going to uh, like make it inactive after the review only will make it active
yes.
again, something like that?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
once you,
Yeah.
if there's X number of X% of bounces or email spam reports or even unsubscribes, we automatically stop the message sending and alert the customer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good to know. Actually, that should be there. Otherwise, uh, we have people everywhere. So yeah, those
Yeah.
things should be there. And
Cool.
yes, this is about yes, email spam prevention.
Yeah.
I think,
Cool.
and this is
Oh,
about
we have more questions
inbox
coming in. Okay.
delivery rate.
Yes. So
Yes.
we auto warm up the IP addresses upon upon you becoming a customer, and we allocate that IP address to your domain. So what you want to do is set up it's deliverability processes, right?
Will be
So you
high.
want to be set up your
Yes.
custom domain. You want to do all of the demarc stuff. Demarc is a feature coming soon for that, and some of these additional steps that you take. But in the back end, there's a lot of things happening. We're switching, circling through IP addresses, and making sure that your all the warmed up addresses are the ones being used, right? And so yeah, so we try our best to ensure that the deliverability is covered on our end, and then it's up to the brand to do their part on ensuring that their email list is clean, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you are going to assign one dedicated IP for each customer,
Yes, we
right?
have a system behind it. It some
Yes.
parts is shared when it's on free trial and all of that. Then once they are paid customers, they get dedicated and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is about like fake accounts, like email validation. So do you have
Mhm.
anything like any integration? Otherwise, do you have any built-in module to verify emails?
Yes, that is actually in the roadmap where we are looking to integrate email validation service that you can pay for additionally to clean up your email list. Yes, that is in the roadmap, but
Okay.
not at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think as of now we have these questions, and yes, actually, we have crossed 60 minutes. In
Amazing.
the
I was
live,
wondering how we're going to
it's
reach
like
60
62
minutes, but
minutes.
yeah, looks good.
Actually, yeah, it flies when we get started. Actually, actually, when we get started with the Q&A, Q&A, I thought
Mhm.
we started early. I think we started around 28 minutes, but now
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
1 hour. So we took questions around more than 30 minutes. Yeah,
Cool. Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
Okay.
very strong. Yeah, uh, yeah. Thanks a lot, Ashish, and thanks. Sorry, Sagnik and Rohit.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Vishwa.
Uh,
Nice talking to you again.
yeah, yeah. Again, yes. I actually I love that. In this particular, especially Shopify, I'm not so expert, but I
Mhm.
learned few things there regarding the analytics.
Awesome. Awesome.
Uh, yeah, most of us we use WooCommerce actually.
Yeah.
Most of
I
us
heard.
are agencies and also we work towards more of these things.
Yeah. We will be supporting WooCommerce soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay then. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye bye. Take
Yeah.
care.
See you again.
Bye,
Yeah.
everyone. Have a great day.
Bye. Yeah. Thanks a lot all for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you like Moda. I recommend it to try at least for some period of time and understand uh, like how it works and all. I think yeah, I think there is a great team to support you because they told like they can even check your emails whether they are spammy or what. So I think nobody does that usually. They just give the guidelines rules just to understand and do it yourself. Yeah. So I suggest you to try it if you have Shopify store. And yes, take care, all the best. Keep sharing your feedback in group or in messenger, on in email also. I Yeah, I try to improve myself from my day by day. I hope you are enjoying these sessions. Thanks a lot. Take care. And don't forget to check out the deal at Pitch Ground. Take care.